In this class, we will start about pressure. The force acting normally on a unit area of a surface is called pressure. আর হচ্ছে the pressure at a point inside to a liquid is defined as the normal force exerted by the liquid on unit area surrounding the point. I am repeating, normal force exerted by the liquid on unit area surrounding the point. So, if F be the normal force exerted by a liquid on a surface, then pressure at that point is equal to force by area. So the unit of force is Newton and the SI unit of area is meter square, and 1 Newton per meter square is called Pascal. So how can you define Pascal? 1 Pascal is the force of 1 Newton acting on an area of 1 meter square. If you convert into CGS system, 1 Newton means 10 to the power 5 dyne, 1 meter square means 1 meter into 1 meter, that means 100 centimeter into 100 centimeter, that means 10 to the power 4 centimeter square, that is 5 dyne per centimeter square. What is this dimension? Dimension of mass, inverse length and time to the power minus 2. So kg per meter second square is the unit of Pascal in an indirect manner. Now, the normal force exerted by a liquid on any surface in contact with it is called the thrust of the liquid. So pressure is equal to force by area. Now let us consider a liquid here, some liquid, and the density of the liquid is rho. It is kept in a vessel. We are going to determine the pressure exerted by the liquid at a certain depth here. We are going to find out the pressure exerted by the liquid at this point. Let us imagine a small horizontal area surrounding the points inside the liquid. The weight of the liquid column is the thrust or the normal force applied on the area A. Now what is the weight of the liquid column here? If we consider the liquid column, what is the weight? Weight is equal to mg. You have to find out a relation between density and weight. Now density is equal to mass per unit volume. So mass is equal to volume into density. Now volume means cross sectional area into length. When A meter square into meter is meter cube is the volume. Here cross sectional area is A and length is h. So volume is ah. Rho ah is the mass. So rho ah is the mass and g, that is the weight of the liquid. And force exerted by the liquid is its own weight, that is ah rho g. Pressure at that point is ah rho g by A, force per unit area, that will give you h rho g. So pressure exerted by the liquid depends on depth, density of the liquid and acceleration due to gravity. At a particular place where g is constant, pressure at a point inside a liquid is directly proportional to the depth of the point. When density of the liquid is kept constant, and it is directly proportional to the density of the liquid. And if the surface of the liquid is exposed to air, then atmospheric pressure also added. Then it will, total pressure is the atmospheric pressure plus this pressure. Now the atmospheric pressure is 76 centimeter of mercury, which means that in CGS system it is equal to a pressure of 1.013 into 10 to the power 6 dyne per centimeter square. Now the pressure, now what are the characteristics of liquid pressure? Pressure at a point in a liquid at rest is the same in all direction. Pressure at all points in the horizontal level of a liquid is same. Now we can prove it. Let us consider this figure. Here we are considering that this surface is at a higher level and this surface is at a lower level. We are going to prove that the free surface of a liquid at rest remains always horizontal. That means this figure is wrong. If the liquid is at rest, you have to prove it. Now we are considering 2 points at the same horizontal level. One is A, another is B. Now this height is h1, this height is h2, density is same. So pressure at point A is h rho, h1 rho g. Pressure at point B is h2 rho g. Now we know that liquid pressure at A must be equal to the liquid pressure at B, because at all points on the same horizontal plane inside a liquid at rest, pressure exerted by the liquid is same. So this is the same horizontal plane. So pressure exerted by the liquid at every point on this plane must be equal. So H1 rho g is equal to H2 rho g cancel, H1 is equal to H2. So our diagram is wrong. H1 and H2 must be equal. So in that case, it will be flat. Only then H1 and H2 will be equal, which proves that free surface of a liquid which is at rest remains always horizontal. And another point is that free surface of a liquid, third point, at rest in connected vessel remains always in the same horizontal plane. So the free surface of a liquid at rest is horizontal, and in communicating vessels, liquid stands at the same level. Now if a surface be immersed horizontal inside a liquid, then the pressure at each point of it will be the same. So pressure at every point here will be same if the liquid is at rest. If however a surface be kept in a vessel or inclined position in a liquid, since different points of the surface lie at different depths, as is case is here, the pressure will vary from point to point. If that is the case, the pressure will vary from point to point, and the average pressure exerted on the surface is given by the pressure at the center of gravity of the surface. So this is all about pressure. Now what I am speaking about is correct only for liquid at rest. When the liquid is in motion, some other factors have to be considered by us, so be careful about it. Now change in pressure at any point of a fluid produces a corresponding and equal change in pressure at other points. তুমি যদি একটা পয়েন্টে প্রেসার ক্রিয়েট করো, অন্য পয়েন্টেও কিন্তু প্রেসার চেঞ্জ হবে, because why? The fluid transmits the pressure. The phenomenon was first formulated by the French scientist and philosopher Blaise Pascal and is known as Pascal's law. Lawটা কি? Pressure applied at any point to an enclosed fluid at rest is transmitted with undiminished magnitude to every portion of the fluid and acts normally to the surface in contact with the fluid. Now what is the meaning of this statement? If this is a fluid, if a pressure, there is opening here, if a pressure is created here, then this pressure will be transmitted equally in every direction throughout the liquid. So if there are holes here, in every direction water will flow equal distance through this hole, because pressure created here is transmitted equally in every direction. That is Pascal's law. Now while studying Pascal's law, we have to know principle of multiplication of thrust. Principle of multiplication of thrust কাকে বলে? If we take two hollow cylinders, let us consider two hollow cylinder. এই ছবিতে নেই, দুটো hollow cylinder কনসিডার করেছি এখানে। এই ছবিটার সঙ্গে কথা এক্স্যাক্টলি মিলবে না। Let us consider that a force is created here and the cross section area is A1. Now from Pascal's law, this force created here at the smaller piston, let us consider that I am going in detail. This vessel contains a fluid, that means a liquid which can flow or a gas which can flow. The pressure is created here. How? A force is given here on the cross sectional area A1. So the pressure created here is, pressure is equal to force per unit area. So pressure is F1 by A1. Now from Pascal's law, this pressure will be transmitted equally in every direction and always acting normally on the surface. So here the same pressure will be created here. Now pressure here is F1 by A1. This pressure is same here from Pascal's law, that is equal to F2 by A2. Now see here, F1 by A1 is equal to F2 by A2. Now this is a smaller piston and this is a piston of bigger area. So if this ratio is same, it must be considered that the force has been multiplied. Now how can you say that the force has been multiplied by the machine? How can we say that? See here, let us consider a figure here. Let this is 5 meters square and an area of force is 5 Newton and area is 100 meters square. And this area is, let us consider, 1000 meters square. Now what will be force per unit area? Force is 5, area is 1000, F by 1000, and what will be here? What is the force here? We have to calculate the force, F2 by, So I have written it wrong. If there is 100, the smaller piston is 100 meters square, bigger piston is 1000 meters square. I am writing here F2 by 1000. 2020 cancels. 10 into 5, 50. So the force here is 50 Newton. See here, you have given 5 Newton force and the force created here is 50 Newton. That means this machine is a force multiplier. The force that is provided here is multiplied 10 times. The area is 10 times and the force is multiplied 10 times. So this machine has a mechanical advantage. What is mechanical advantage is the machine? Load by effort. What is the load here? 5 Newton. 5 Newton load has been created here. And what is the effort? What is the effort here? 5 Newton. And what is the load here? This is thrusting it upward. That is 50. So 50 by 5 is 10. So mechanical advantage is 10. That means your force has been multiplied 10 times. 10 is equal to load by effort. So your effort has been multiplied 10 times by the machine. So you can apply a force of 5 Newton to overcome a load of 50 Newton. So that is known as force multiplier. And this is one of the application of Pascal's law, mainly used in Brahma space or hydraulic machines. You will read the book thoroughly in this region, where it is given that it is used in Brahma space. এক মিনিট পাখাটা বন্ধ করো, খুব আওয়াজ হলে শোনা যায় না, ঘ্যান ঘ্যান শব্দ হয়। You will read it in your book. So what is mechanical advantage? The force applied here is multiplied several times, and we are observing here that the mechanical advantage is greater than 1. So this type of machine is called force multiplier, where the mechanical advantage is always greater than 1. So this is Pascal's law. So তাহলে Pascal's law application বুঝতে পারলে যে whenever a force is applied to a certain part of the liquid, this force is transmitted equally in every direction. Of course, if the liquid is at rest, and this force will be transmitted in every direction of equal magnitude. And thus, from Pascal's law, we are observing the system here, which is known as hydraulic machine. There are several uses of hydraulic machine nowadays, and we will do these in solving our problems.